And we continue celebrating the civil rights game and welcome Sharon Robinson into the booth. Sharon, it's a pleasure to have you with us.
My pleasure to be here.
Well, I have to explain, you're not Frank's daughter. You're not his wife, but you're Jackie Robinson's daughter.
Yes. Frank's my brother, though.
Yeah, I know he is.
You know, your family has made, of course, such an impact on baseball and on the civil rights movement over the years. We had the distinct pleasure of meeting your brother David during the off season. What a fantastic person he is, with a wild story to tell. But before we get into your whole family tree, what would your dad be saying on a night like tonight?
Beautiful night for a baseball game. No, he would be thrilled that Major League Baseball is pausing to honor the civil rights movement, something he was very much a part of. And when he retired from baseball, he moved right into the movement, so it was an important part of his life.
I read something, Sharon, and we've known each other a long time. I didn't know this, but your dad made it a point to make sure you guys were in Washington for the march. Is that
Absolutely.
Right?
No, he came home. You know, he'd been traveling south for 5 years. And raising funds for the NAACP and various other organizations. And he came home, and one night for dinner he said, you know, I've been going south and you've been watching it on television, but now I want the family to be involved, and our first thing we're going to do as a family is to go to the March on Washington.
Wow. You remember that?
I do. I was 13.
Oh, yeah, 13. You remember that?
Yeah, certainly.
That had to have had a profound impact on you. Did you know what you were standing in at that day at 13, and you look back now?
No, I did not. I just knew it was a very energized, exciting moment. It was good to be part of a movement finally, because David and Jack and I had all integrated our schools, but we weren't part of a movement. We were in Connecticut, and you're sort of individuals doing something. So it was the
Sit down, ball.
So we can talk. Yeah, we got time to visit a little longer.
Good job, AJ. Well, I mean, the first thing I think of is, man, Jackie Robinson's your dad. You're going to March on Washington. You got hooked up, man. You must have met all kinds of people.
No, actually, we were not on the podium. So we were part of the marchers. No. And in fact, we were so much part of the marchers, Harold, that I fainted. It was a very hot day that day, you know.
Wow.
So my mother and I spent some time in the tent.
Wow. Now, this year's we're looking at your dad's career baseball accomplishments there, and obviously, speaking about American Icon, the movie 42. Such a great success. What a great movie. Can you tell us a little history, how it came about and how your mom and you finally said, hey, let's get this done?
Well, it had many false starts over a 30-year time period. My mother was trying to get this done. In fact, in the beginning, Denzel Washington was going to play Jackie Robinson, so he shows how far back we went.
Wow.
But finally, Thomas Toll came at the right moment.
That sounded like a homer.
And it looks like 1-2. 2-0 Rangers on Alex Rios' home run.
He just missed one the last time up. He flew out to the State Farm sign out there left center. That had a different sound to it. Sharon, you've been around enough baseball. You just shut up. You knew it was a homer.
Right.
Wow. Sounded good, huh?
Yes, it did.
He crushed that. So where were we?
So Thomas Toll with legendary picks, and he came forward and said, I can get this done. I'll get it done in 1 year. We'll have it for April 15th. He was a man of his word. He really embraced the family, particularly my mother. She was a consultant, and we read scripts and wrote comments.
Yeah, and while you're talking about that, I've read a few things with people saying, well, some of the facts weren't right. I went timeout. We actually pulled up the stats, the big home run he hit. We went back to the date. Yes, it was there. So your mom sat there and made sure those things were correct as well, right?
Well, Major League Baseball did as well. They had you have to go through, they want to know every fact in there that was correct. So, but yes, she did a lot of authenticating.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's editorial license, and then there's just botching it. And I don't think any botch job was going to get past too many eyes when it comes to Jackie Robinson's story. There's just no chance that anybody would risk that. Here's Jeff Baker now with a 3-0 count and 2 away after the Alex Rios home run.
So what was your reaction the first time you saw it, your mom saw it? Did you say, wow, we did it?
We actually felt great. My mother was very nervous and very introverted, and I was nervous and extroverted. So she sent me out to greet people as they came in, and she said, I don't want to talk to anyone. And then she saw the film, and Thomas Toll sat right next to her, and he was looking over the whole time, and she laughed at points, and she really reacted. And at the end, we said, congratulations, she did a great job.
Well, it's more than a baseball movie.
No, it's very much a relationships movie, and many relationships. The Branch Rickey, I mean, Jackie Robinson relationship. I mean, there's so many moments in there. I was telling today we were talking about civil rights movement, and the moment when the father and son are and the son realizes that his father's gone from being a loving father into a father that's hating.
Yeah.
And he starts doing it, calling out the name, using the N-word himself. And you see those kinds of moments in that film that were really powerful.
It was powerful.
That's a great film just as a piece of movie making. Forget about the historical context and the lessons learned. It was really an enjoyable watch, and it's glad to hear that you and your family were as pleased with it as we as moviegoers were, because you want the story told properly when it's your dad.
Yes, you do.
Whether your dad's Jackie Robinson or anybody for that matter. There's a little one hopper to third. What a fantastic play by Connor Gillespie, which puts an end to the 6th inning. And Sharon Robinson, we thank you for the visit. Congrats on the film.
Thank you.
And on another great night here. And we hope to visit with you again a year from now.
Sharon's got a new book out too, right?
Got a book coming out actually a new one coming out of my mother in December.
Let's pop that. What's the name of that book?
Under the Same Sun.
On Amazon, I would imagine.
Oh, but in bookstores.
Everywhere.
In bookstores.
Yes.
Everywhere. Sharon Robinson, thanks for the visit.
Okay, thank you.